Travel to London, where Juliana Olayinka is standing by to bring us this morning's update. Good morning, Juliana. So Brexit talk is up again, with a group of members of the European Parliament asking the Prime Minister Boris Johnson to delay his Brexit deadline due to the coronavirus pandemic. Does the UK government have any plan to change the Brexit timetable?
Good morning, Bissy. In short, the answer is no, even though Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in self-isolation at the moment and, of course, heavily focused on trying to sort out this coronavirus issue we have here in the UK. His spokesperson said this morning that no, there will be no delay to the transition period, which ends on the 31st of December this year, as enshrined by UK law. But it is a really serious question, and I suppose we all hope once this coronavirus issue does die down in the UK that this is something that will be on the front of all MEPs' lips. A group of senior European ministers did write to the Prime Minister, and they said that they hope that common sense is going to prevail over some Brexit ideology, because it would be ridiculous to try and think that, considering the whole world, particularly, of course, Europe, which is now the epicenter, is going through the coronavirus, and we'll have the time to, start any trade negotiations. Trade negotiations have been delayed. One reason is because both the EU negotiator Michel Barnier and our Brexit negotiator Fox have both come down with the coronavirus. Michael Gove, he is the Chancellor of Lackey. He will be deliberating over these trade talks with the deputy EU Brexit negotiator this week. And of course, all discussions will be taking place via Zoom or any other kind of Skype meeting point. But, opposition MPs here in the UK have also echoed the same sentiment that's coming from the EU, saying that there must be more time, not least because, of course, all these measures that the Chancellor has tried to provide to businesses to the tune of £350 billion is the equivalent of about 10% of Britain's GDP. And if you couple that with the estimates of how much it's going to cost Britain to leave the European Union out of the single market, some people are saying it will be a devastating blow. But alas, the Prime Minister says the 31st of December is the 31st of December.
Now, 4 companies which manage ground operations at the UK airports have warned that they're close to collapse, putting thousands of jobs at risk. Of course, they are calling for urgent assistance from the government. What sort of assistance are they asking for?
Well, several things really, but I suppose the main things that these companies are asking for are relaxing of national insurance payments as well as business rates. And this is going to become a very serious issue. Already yesterday, EasyJet, the budget airline, said that they would be grounding 330 of their entire fleet. And just this morning, we had some breaking news saying that British Airways will no longer be flying in and out of Gatwick. And now this is becoming a huge issue for these agencies that deal with a lot of ground staff at airports. This includes people that handle baggaging, people that are standing at the doors, people that help fill up the plane. They earn their money on a pay-as-you-go basis. And now that over 100 countries have got flight restrictions coming in and out of their travel zone, they're saying that it's impossible for them to earn any money. They've lost about 90% of their revenue. But believe it or not, airports do still need to keep going. There's cargo, there's emergency flights that are still going on, even rescue flights that are still taking citizens away from some areas that have lockdowns. And they're saying if they cannot pay their staff, then there's no way that they'll be able to operate. And if they don't operate, then airports just cannot exist without them. So these 4 major companies have written to the Chancellor of the Exchequer asking for further measures. They did say that they were happy with the government saying that they would be paying 80% of wages up to £2,500 a month. But even that is not enough, and they need urgent assistance very quickly.
Now, bring us up to speed with early morning market numbers and what to expect for the day.
Well, this morning, the FTSE 100 actually got off to a good start. It opened about 100 points higher, and that was really because we had some decent news from the World Health Organization yesterday saying that they believe the peak in Europe is coming very soon. Of course, we're still getting some devastating numbers outside of Italy and Spain. At the moment, there have been almost 1,500 deaths in the UK. Yesterday, in the 24-hour period, there were 180 people that died. So there are about 22,000 cases. Also, we had UK GDP numbers. We did have them a couple of weeks ago, but there are several estimates, and it did confirm, the Office for National Statistics did confirm that growth in the UK in Q4 2019 was 0.0%. So that was flat. So that didn't have any great news. Brent crude struggling yesterday, but this morning up 1.1%. And also as well, the British pound, that's down 0.6% on the dollar. It's worth mentioning that EasyJet, even though they grounded their fleet yesterday, their shares this morning are up 7.5%. There is some rumours that there could be one or two investors trying to bail them out. And a ventilator production company called Smiths, their shares are up 15% in early trading, Bissy.
Many thanks to Juliana. Do remain safe, and we'll see you again at 1:30.
Thank you.